Tough game. Give Dallas credit. Just didn't get quite done tonight. They made more plays than we made, and give them credit. Get back to work. Get ready for Chicago here soon.
Brian, what was happening with pass protection? It seemed like they were around Daniel quite a bit.
Yeah, they were. We were chipping, we were slamming, we were doing a lot of different things. That's a good defensive line, and they got the better of us.
What do you say to Evan Neal? He had a rough night.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a rookie, but doing as good players. But
yeah,
was tough.
You keep your head up. That's you get ready to work next week. We all have days or plays that we wish we could have back. You go back, you work on it, and you get better. You get ready for next week.
What do you think about the way Daniel handled all that pressure?
Thought he did a good job. Thought he made a lot of loose plays. I don't know, he had about 80 yards rushing. I thought he did a good job keeping his eyes downfield when he could get out. He made a couple plays there at the end, that we couldn't quite convert on. Hit some drop passes. The last play that Diggs picked off, Sills fell down, and it was a timing throw. Again, I think he's making progress. It's tough after a loss. Nobody did well enough, and we understand that. But I think he's making progress, and he fought, he battled. He made some really good plays out there under some duress.
Do you have an early word on Shepard?
I don't. I went in there to see him. He's in the shower, and I didn't stop to talk to the trainers. It didn't look good on what I saw, but.
How hard is that to see that? I mean, this guy just came back from a serious injury in a short period of time.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough sport. Guys work their butts off to get back from injuries, and then if this is something that he's out for the whole season, which we'll probably know tomorrow morning, or maybe we even know now. You hurt for those guys because they put everything into it. You watch them in the rehab room. You watch them in the off seasons. It's just a shame.
Coach,
Yeah.
big play there on the +41, 4th and 4.
Yeah.
That hit to CeeDee Lamb, it looked like he might have been a little short of the sticks. Did you think about challenging that?
On the 4th and 4 one, yeah, no, they said he made it upstairs. I had the red flag. They went quick, but they ended up seeing a replay, and they said, he's got it. So, again, we had used a timeout. If I had a clear view on it, I would have just, thrown it, and then he would have been a one timeout. But the guys upstairs said that he had it.
Ryan, Kenny talked this week about wanting to be more involved in the offense, and you guys gave him the opportunity. He didn't have a catch, and then obviously had the drop on 3rd down. Did you talk to him at all after, or just kind of your
individually? No, I just talked to the team. We'll go back, we'll watch the tape, we'll see what we need to fix. But again, from the day that I talked to Kenny, I talked to him a lot, all the players.
What do you think they did offensively in the second half there? Rush had a lot more success.
Yeah. Well, I'd say they controlled the line of scrimmage. They ran the ball for, 180 yards. We had no sacks. So when you can control the line of scrimmage and you're not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, you can usually stay in rhythm pretty good. They hit a couple, plays on the sideline off of little switch release routes, and the guy did a good job.
Talk about all the different things you're trying to do to help the pass pro help you guys. Do you feel you have the personnel, the talent to be able to figure this out?
Yeah. Look, we didn't play our best, but the guys worked their tails off. They competed till the end. We came up a little short. Give the other team credit. So we got to get back to work and get ready for Chicago.
Any concern about the physical beating that Daniel's taking? Obviously, he's a tough player, but
yeah, you never want to have your quarterback hit. But I'd say he takes care of himself. Again, the more you can keep him off the quarterback, the better for the quarterback. And then he's athletic enough to make some loose plays, and there might be some hits in there when he's scrambling. But yeah, there's no question we got to do a better job of protecting him.
Brian, did the referee tell you on the offensive interference call they called on Shep, the pass that Kenny did catch?
He said it was offensive pass interference.
Brian, getting back to Shep's injury, you never want to lose any player due to injury. But Shep's a leader.
Yep.
If you lose him, how much does that hurt just the team with his leadership?
Yeah, I think anytime you lose a good player that has leadership qualities, there's a void. But that's why we have the other guys. We're going to have to do a good job of stepping up. Again, I just feel terrible for the guy.
Ryan, in a game like that, when your quarterback is under that much duress, is there anything he can do other than hope the protection's a little bit better, or is it just sort of a rough game for the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, we were trying to get it out of quick at times, and we were jamming, a fair amount. It didn't just come from the edge. It was stuff coming up inside, and whether it was on the back or inside, it was a factor.
How tough is it for you when it is coming from various spots to try to fix it on the fly?
Well, I think the coaches did. You can only call so many things, whether it's jams, full slides, a back and a tight end, just a tight end. I mean, sometimes, we have to do a better job of chipping too, and chipping when we need to chip. But again, give those guys credit. They did a good job up front on their defensive line. That's a tough group to block, and they certainly played well tonight.
I know you have to watch the tape, but any early read on Thibodeau and Aziz being out there tonight?
No, we'll look at it tonight and tomorrow, and it's a short week, so we got to get down to Chicago as soon as we can, and do a better job.
Are they on a pitch count, or is that how you think you'll rotate them?
No, they were on a pitch count going into the game.
Does the short week help you get over a loss like this, or can it be a detriment that there's really not that much time between the two?
Yeah, I think that you just take it for what it's worth. We didn't do a good enough job, all of us, and you recognize that, you own it, you take responsibility for it, and you move on. You can't let these things linger, just like you can't let a win linger. You have to move on and get ready on the next opponent. I just, to ride the roller coaster, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs throughout the league, throughout the year, for any team, and I'm just speaking for our team. Be consistent, own it, take responsibility for it, move on, and get ready for the next week. That's all you can do.
What did you see in the block field goal? What did you see in the block field goal in their first quarter?
They did a good job on the rush. I mean, that was a point emphasis. I'd say both on their field goal rush and their punt rush. They've gotten close a lot of times when you're getting ready for them. So, we worked on it. Obviously, didn't do a good job with it.
General thoughts about the game and the loss, and first loss.
Yeah, it was a tough one for us. Just didn't do enough to win down the stretch, and got to find a way to make a few more plays. But tough game. I thought we fought hard, but just didn't do enough to win.
How do you feel physically right now?
I feel good. Be a little sore tomorrow, but feeling good.
Coach, your coach talked about all the different things you guys tried schematically to try to help with the pass protection. How frustrating was that you could not figure out how to stop them?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good front. They're a good defense. You got to give credit to them. They played hard. But, yeah, I think there's things we can all do better with that, and that starts with me and, finding space to step up, finding space to move around the pocket and make some plays. So I'll study that, and we all will. But credit to them. They're a good front. They're a good defense.
What are your thoughts of Shep going down again?
Yeah, it's just real tough to see that for sure. He's, a guy who works so hard, and, he's battling back from a injury last year, and, I feel for him as a teammate, as a close friend, and it's tough to see.
You talked about, what you can do. I mean, does there come a point in a game like that where you guys are having trouble protecting, where you have to fight the urge to just, take off quickly or get rid of the ball quickly, or is it just something you deal with on a play-by-play basis?
Yeah, I think it's play-by-play. I think, you want to trust your instincts and feel throughout the game, and, not let that be affected. I think that's when you get into trouble. So, I'll study it, see where I could have done things differently and where I could improve. But, you want to trust yourself. You want to trust your feel in those situations.
Where do you feel you're at with your receiving core tonight? They had a couple of drops on you tonight, and couldn't get the separation that you want out there. But how would you assess where you are in your development with your receivers?
I thought they played well. I think you look at the secondary; they're a good secondary. Dallas has so. They played well, and we'll look at how we can do things a little differently, and my job to find them and get them the ball.
Any concern with the number of hits you're taking in a game like this? I mean, just physically.
No, I feel good. That's football. It's part of playing the game. So I feel good, and we'll keep going.
All things considered, with the pressure, your decision making seemed to be spot on for most of the game. Do you agree with that? And what was that like? Just kind of battling through, trying to get away, but still making proper decisions.
Yeah, I think there's always a balance there. I think, like I said, you want to trust your feel, you want to trust your instinct in the pocket, and feeling when to get out, when to hang in there. So, I'll look at that, I'll study that, and see if there's chances to hang in there. But overall, I tried to make quick decisions and things that kept the ball moving forward and kept us in good position. So, as always, I'll study that and see where I can improve.
What do you say if I told you that I think it was 23 or 24 pressures? This is the most that any quarterback has faced this year.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they're a good front, they're a good defense. Play hard, they play fast, and you got to give credit to them. But that falls on all of us, falls on me, and finding situations where I can get the ball out of my hand quicker.
How much did it feel like to you that you were just under, like every time you went back, that you were under pressure?
Yeah, I think we knew going into the game that they're, like I said, they're good front. So they've gotten pressure on, every team they've played. So. We had a plan for it, and like I said, we'll go back, look at it, see where we could have done better.
You guys have 9 points on 15 first half possessions. Is there anything you can put your finger on for that slow start?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in particular. I don't think there's one thing. I think it's overall execution and finding ways to get in the end zone early in the game. So we'll look at that. I think. That's something we gotta work on and improve.
You've seen how Brian Daboll responds after a win. How was he after a loss?
I thought he was good. He was the same, and his message was we got to get back to work. It's not going to change how we prepare, how we go about this week. It's a short week coming up. We got Chicago on Sunday, so we don't have time to hang our heads or feel sorry for ourselves. We got to get back to work, and that's what we're going to do. That was his message.
What was your feeling at the end when you took over at the 9-yard line, no timeouts left, knowing you needed a touchdown to win it? What were you thinking at that point?
Let's go score a touchdown. I was excited. I thought, it was a good opportunity for us to go down the field and score, and it's something we practice a lot, those situations. So I was excited and looking forward to getting in the end zone.
You think it's going to be hard for you guys to win the way you had to play the game tonight, the way you had to run so much, the way you is it going to be hard to win that way going forward?
I think every game's different. So to say that every game's going to play out like that, I don't see that happening. I think we'll look at it, see where we can improve, and like I said, we didn't make enough plays. We got to find a way to make a few more down the stretch. So we'll do that, and I'm confident in our group. I'm confident how we'll respond.
Saquon, I guess the first thing we have to ask you about, aside from the game, is I know Sterling Shepard and you were very close. It's got to be difficult for you to watch him taking off on a cart like that.
Yeah, with any player, you get taken off a cart. It's not a good sight. Obviously, with the relationship I have with Shep, definitely makes it hurt a little bit more, a lot more. But at the end of the day, I'm his brother, and I'm gonna be here for him. You never know till you go in there. I've dealt with something like that, but you never know till you go in there and get an MRI. So I always have high prayers, and whoever it is, he knows I got his back. He knows we got his back, and we appreciate everything he do and the energy he brings to the team.
Were you able to talk to him at all to get any read on his emotions and how he was doing?
You know, anytime you're in that situation, you're definitely high with emotions. And like I said, best thing I could do right now is just be there for him, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right, as far as the game goes, third week in a row, the first half was kind of rough sledding for the offense until you guys started getting the spark going. Is there a common thread there at all as to why you guys can't start better earlier in the game?
I mean, I would disagree.
Okay.
I just feel like we just got to finish. I feel like it was the best start we had. Definitely better than the first two. But, you know, we came up with a blocked field goal. And we came up with, next time I think we came up with 3. We just got to do a better job of finding a way, you know, against such urgency when we get in that situation. And not just find a way to get 3, but find a way to get 7. And, it's early in the year. Dallas did a really good job, and we got to go back, watch film, learn from it, and see what we can do better.
The two things that people always talk about with Dallas's defense is their twisting and stunning up front and their speed. Were those two issues the biggest issues that you guys had to overcome to gain yardage on them?
Yeah, they're a hell of a team. They're a good team. They're a really good team. Got a lot of great players over there on both sides of the ball. And you know the beauty of it, you want to go up against a team like that, and we get to do it twice. And we get to see them later down the line, and we got a lot of improvement to do, and we know they're going to make a lot of improvement too. So, like I said, just go back, watch film, put it in the past, and move on and get ready for Chicago.
Thank you.
A couple of the receivers just flat out said the offense needs to be better for Daniel, that he fought his ass off tonight, which is basically a quote from David Sills. Do you guys feel, I mean, are you watching when Daniel is kind of bouncing off guys, running all over the place, that there's almost a sense of responsibility for everybody to kind of pick their game up?
I mean, that's all of us. All of us. We got to be better. We got to make plays for him. Daniel, he's a hell of a competitor, heck of a player. You know, I know he get a lot of people say a lot of negative things about him, but that guy, like I said, comes to work every single day, and you know he made some great plays today. One of the best throws I've seen, I think. You know, that throw to Richie on the sideline. It was a heck of a play, especially when we needed it the most. But yeah, we got to be better as a team, and that's the way we do that is we're in a short week, coming in, get our body right on a short week, and get ready for Chicago.
How about you? You went to the sideline, missed a couple plays. What was that about?
Catch a breather. I mean, I'm human. I'm out there a lot of plays.
The range of emotions on that last play, I mean, what were you seeing? I mean, you go from the interception and then realizing that Shep is down in an emotional game. That's certainly a gut punch of endings for you guys.
Definitely a gut punch ending. It's tough. Definitely tough. Especially just the type of guy Shep is. His character, the energy he brings to this team. You know, one of my best friends, if not my best friend. So it sucks to see him go down. But at the end of the day, not only myself, he knows we all got his back. And going into this, I've been with the situation. You know, nothing's said until you get the MRI, so no one knows anything. You know what I mean? So go up there with high hopes. You know, just pray for him, and whatever happens, happens. You know, we're gonna be there for him, and we're gonna have his back.
What did you say to him when you jogged over to him as they were driving him off?
I've been in that situation, so you know everyone's around you and they do the test. So I kind of just try to like get a sense and read, you know, what happened. You know, he just gave me a look of disappointment, but like I said, I know this. I've been through this process, so I'm definitely gonna be there to help him if it is that, but also, you know, go to sleep, definitely say a prayer, and hope for the best. You never know.
On a touchdown run like yours there, do you see the second level when you're on the first level? Or is it just you make the first tackle miss on to the next?
We had a play, we ran the same play earlier, cut it back, and Malik made a really good tackle for like 6 yards. So I kind of knew what I was going to be able to do if the opportunity came again. So made a good guess, I guess.
Countered it the next play.
Yeah.
What you've seen from this team through 3 weeks, does this team have what it takes on a short week to bounce back against Chicago?
100%. It's the NFL. You know, there's only one team that ever went 17-0 or 16-0, and how many games they played in playoffs in 72. But it's the NFL. You're going to have your ups and downs. you have your peaks and your valleys. You can't get too high, you can't get too low. That's why when we won 2 games, I was like, you can't get too high. Just got to continue to love the process. We had a great week of practice. I feel like we had a great game plan. We just got to do a better job executing. We were in the same type of game the last 2 weeks, and we came out on the right side, and this time, they made more plays than us. So we just got to go back, watch film, see what we can do better, and get ready for Chicago, who I think just came off a win. I believe so. 2-1 or something like that. It was a pretty good team, young team over there. So get ready to go after them.
How hard is it to separate the loss, which you said, losses are going to happen in this league, and the Shepard situation? You walk out of this building tonight, both are, I'm sure, weighing heavy on you. Only one of them you're going to have to rebound from and play again in a couple of days.
It's hard. I would say I'm one of the biggest competitors, but I wasn't even, when I saw Shep was down, I kind of was just like, what the heck is happening? Obviously, I realized, it was a pick. I thought it hit the ground, but I guess when they review it, Diggs made a great play. But in that moment, you're just like, you see him on the ground. I didn't even want to walk over there. I just dropped, said a quick prayer, and it's tough. It's really tough, especially just he dealt with a lot of injuries recently, and it's hard to come back and battle from Achilles, and then to go down on a play like that. It's tough, but he's resilient. He's a heck of a guy. He's a hard worker. He's gonna be all right, and he got a great family, and great friends, and I'm gonna be there for him. And I know, we're all gonna be there for him.
How difficult when the pocket's not clean the way it wasn't tonight? How difficult does that make it on him and just on the offense in general too?
Yeah, it's not good. I think it's more of a question for him. He never played quarterback, but I'm guessing it's a lot harder.
John, why do you think in the first halves you're struggling to score touchdowns, but you come out at halftime and it seems like you guys have solutions?
I don't know. I think we got to come back and watch the film. I think every game has been different. We just got to come out and get in a better rhythm and have eights back, like I said. I don't think particularly we played very well up front and other places that are not my job, and they know. Everyone knows that we got to help eight, especially when he's out there doing what he's doing. Just never giving up on the play, taking big hits. Making plays with his legs. He did everything he could out there, and this loss is on us up front, not on eight.
John, it sounds to me like the way you're sounding, it sounds like you guys kind of let him down. Do you feel that way? Is that kind of the vibe from your group there?
Yeah, games in reach, despite our performance up front this week. And that's all on him. He kept us in this game, and we got to be better for him.
How hard is a tough night to end? You let Shep getting carted off.
That's the worst thing that happened tonight. Losing to a divisional opponent is never great, but it's week 3. Losing Shep, seeing him down on the ground, and I haven't been here, but just since I've been here, seeing how hard he's worked to get back on the field, and what a great guy he is and fun to be around. I don't know what happened. We don't know the significance of the injury right now, but it'll be tough, just not having him around.